Good morning, you guys. It is Saturday morning here, and the wife and baby are still asleep. I usually like to wake up a little early. I can get some stuff done myself, whether that be work or for the channel or whatever it may be, because our weekends are always jam-packed with stuff to do during the day and at night. And while I was up jotting down some notes, I was thinking about my next video and what I wanted to do for you guys. Now, typically my videos are explaining something or talking about my opinion on something and what I think is the best financial route to do this thing. But this morning I was thinking about, YouTube and why I created it, or why I started making my YouTube channel. And at first it was more of just finding a community, being able to express my opinions, just finding another hobby, because I love to talk about money. I love to talk about finances. I love to talk about business. I love to talk about stocks. And a lot of my friends here in this town, I live in a very small town. It's like a town of just over 500 people. Not many people really care about money or want to talk about how the stock market's doing. No one's really interested in that, which that's fine. I get it. So that's what made me create my YouTube channel. As I've been creating these videos, I've been thinking to myself that this is a good way to hold myself accountable. So one of the things I think is most important in your life is you need to have goals, and you need to go back and look at those goals once a day, once a week, once a month. When you're feeling unmotivated, you need to go back and you need to have those goals written down somewhere. Now for me, I have them in my phone, in my notes pad. If I'm feeling unmotivated one day and don't really feel like making a YouTube video because I got all this other crap going on, or I'm trying to think of excuses, I look down, I look at my goals, and I'm like, okay, I need to get this done. So now that I have this YouTube channel and I have a little bit of an audience, you 315, all of you subscribers, I love every single one of you, and thanks again for subscribing. But I really do think this is important, and I want to hold myself accountable by telling you my and my wife's financial goals. I want to tell you guys our financial goals because I would like to kind of document it as this channel goes, or as this channel grows, to see if I'm meeting those milestones that I have set for myself and my wife. So I'll stop rambling on, but let's jump into these goals. I got 6 financial goals that my wife and I have set for ourselves. Let's get started with number 1. Alright, so some of you may already know this, but my wife and I are in the process of building our forever home. We have a piece of land that we purchased last year, and are currently in the process of trying to get that house built. Now we have our plans together, which we're probably gonna have to go back and change a couple things, but we have our plans together. Now we're in the bidding process trying to find a builder to build the house. So with that, our first financial goal is to pay off our mortgage in 7 to 8 years. Now that sounds pretty crazy. I understand not many people pay off their mortgage in 7 to 8 years, and some people think that's not the best financial choice. Now for my wife and I, we don't like having debt that's not making us money, so we plan on getting rid of that debt, getting rid of that risk. We're still gonna be investing in that during that process, but we're not gonna be investing as heavily as we probably would if we weren't paying off our mortgage. So how we're gonna do this is, I'm gonna explain this more in depth in a later video, but just real quick to sum it up, we're just gonna decrease our spending and we're gonna apply as much money as we can into the mortgage. And that's really, in a nutshell, how easy this is gonna be. We just said pay more money per month towards the principal. There's no, have an extra payment here or have an extra payment on this month. No, it's just when we have extra money at the end of the month, we're throwing it to the mortgage. And usually we always do. So any extra money that we would typically put into savings or put into investments, our extra investments, will go straight to the mortgage. So that is how I think we're gonna be able to pay off our mortgage in 7 to 8 years. Financial goal number 2 is build up enough passive income streams to replace my wife's income. And the few streams of income that I'm trying to build up right now is dividends from investing in the stock market. This YouTube channel, if it ends up growing and making us a little bit of money, that would be awesome. Any of those affiliate links that I have down in the description below, for my Amazon books that I recommend, the equipment that I recommend, or affiliate links for the credit cards or for the savings account that I recommend, That all includes in my passive income streams. And then our last one is any rental income, and I'll talk about that later in the video. Our third financial goal is to increase our term life insurance that we have right now, which currently we have $500,000 on myself and $500,000 on my wife. And real quick, life insurance is in case, heaven forbid, but one of us would pass away, that life insurance will be given to my wife or to myself to help take care of any expenses once I'm gone that my income's not coming in anymore. It'll help cover that. So like I said, right now we have $500,000 on myself and $500,000 on my wife. Now that we have our first son, Mason.
Mason, look at mommy. Do you have a backpack on?
He's been in the mix, and we're talking about having another child in the near future. That creates a lot more expenses, it creates a lot more, time needed in case one of us ended up passing away, like I said, heaven forbid. But I want to be able to, if let's say I would go away, I want my wife to have enough money to not have to worry about to work. And hopefully our finances are already set up where she doesn't have many payments. But I just don't want her to have that extra burden of how she's gonna figure out how to make money. And that is something that I think is really important. If you have a spouse or if you have children, you really need to have life insurance on yourself for your significant other if something were to happen to you. So that is our third goal, is increasing our term life insurance from $500,000 to $1 million on each of us. My fourth financial goal is to purchase my wife and I's first rental property. Now, we almost did this while we were in Kansas City, and I really wish we would have, but we ended up moving back because we had our son. We moved back home. So we just decided, since we're not going to be living in Kansas City anymore, we didn't want to really invest in the area. I'd like to be close to the properties that I have in my portfolio. So now that we're settled and nestled back home, we're building our house. Once we get the house built and get, those finances going and get those payments going, I think we'll be ready to start looking for a potential rental property. Now, the tough part about this is the market right now is not set up for real estate investors. So that is financial goal number 4, is to purchase our first rental property. Financial goal number 5 is something that I think everybody loves, and that is to travel more. Now, some people may think that's not a financial goal, but it costs money to travel. And my wife and I think that is our probably favorite thing to do together, is to go on vacations. And we actually just booked our next vacation for this coming up September. We're going to Cabo. So we're going to be in Cabo for a week. We're celebrating our 4th anniversary, so that's going to be exciting. But we want to be able to travel more. And a way to travel more is to have passive income, which relates to our financial goals earlier. Is the more passive income you have, the more free time you have, the more time you can go and travel and see different places, try new food, experience different cultures. We love that, and that is something that is near and dear to our hearts. And we also want to take our kids with us and have them experience those things as they get older. My last and final financial goal is to give more. And simply what I mean by that is, when we have benefits here in town, since this is a small niche town, if someone's going through a struggle, we have benefits for them and the whole town gets together and, you can donate some money, or they have cool little things you can do. They have, silent auctions, they have bands come in, so it draws a crowd. And I would love to be able to give a large sum of money to that person that holds every benefit. That is something that my wife and I always talk about, is, we try to give as much as we can right now, but, we have our own goals and stuff we're trying to work towards. So once we get our finances set up and, in a good position, and we're able to give, $1,000, $2,000 or even more to these people who have benefits, or to the local churches, or even to just our neighbors who are in need and maybe need a little extra help. That's something that I think is really important, and really something that everyone should be doing. If you're giving more and you don't expect anything from it, it really makes your life so much better. And just the feeling you get from it, from helping someone out, it's something that, not many other things can make you feel that way. So that's our last goal, is, you know, really just to give more. And to do that, we have to get these other goals set up first. Maybe not the vacation one, but getting all of our finances set up, having some more income coming in, getting that mortgage paid off, and we'll be able to increase our giving by a lot. So I know this video may have been boring for some of you guys. If you guys are still watching, I really do appreciate it. Again, like I said, I think this is something that's just gonna help me hold myself accountable and try to attain these goals even faster than what I had originally planned before I started this YouTube channel. So thanks for watching, guys. I really do appreciate it. And until then, you guys take care.